What's up everyone, it's Marco Hanna from PhoneDog.com, and let's be honest, Samsung makes tons of tablets. Just this year we've had the Tab Pro, the Note Pro, the Tab 4, tons of tablets, way into the double digits, probably around 13 or 14 the last time I counted, and now Samsung has made a new line of tablets called their Samsung Galaxy Tab S line. Now, these are flagship type tablets. Now, could there really be a flagship Samsung tablet? I'm not exactly sure because the new model of this guy is probably going to be announced like in 2 weeks. I'm just kidding. But anyway, these tablets are packed to the gills with the same hardware we actually saw the Tab Pro and Note Pro, but with a Super AMOLED display and a build that is thinner than any other tablet in the world. This is the 10.5, a 2560 by 1600 resolution Super AMOLED panel and 6.6 millimeters thick, which makes it the lightest and thinnest tablet Samsung has ever built. But is it any good? Let's find out in the full review of the Samsung Galaxy Tab S 10.5 here at PhoneDog.com. So Samsung's in the double digits of new tablets this year, but this new line may be the flagship Samsung needs. The Galaxy Tab S 10.5 is the larger of the two, featuring a somewhat odd-sized 10.5-inch display for a resolution of 2560 by 1600, and of course, Super AMOLED, which is a big deal with this tablet. Now, Samsung has shown us very clearly what their new design language is. Not so much of the faux leather in the Note 3 and the Tab Pro models, but now this plastic rubberized texture with dimples on the back that looks very similar and pretty much identical to the same back found on the Samsung Galaxy S5. And another interesting design feature you can only get with this tablet is the gold trim. No matter what color you choose, either the white or brown, gold will be the trim around the bezel, the home button fingerprint reader, and the Samsung name branded on the rear end. Then let me shift your attention to the build quality. This is still the same plastic Samsung uses for all their other devices. It's just all fancied up with a new paint job that makes it look better. The tablet still creaks in the hand and feels much less substantial in the hand compared to tablets like the Nexus 10 and of course the Apple iPad Air. But we won't only let build quality be the judge of things. Have Samsung finally built a tablet worthy of the flagship name Samsung throws on it? Well, in terms of specs, as we always do some kind of talking, they do have a lot to say. Inside, you'll find an octa-core configuration on the Wi-Fi only models consisting of one 1.9 GHz quad-core chip alongside a 1.3 GHz quad-core chip. Pack that next to 3 GB of RAM in the Adreno 330 GPU you'll find inside. On paper, it's one kick-butt tablet. It even has a decent 8 megapixel camera and a 2.1 megapixel front-facing camera for Hangouts and Skype video calls. But where the good stops is in software. It runs Android KitKat, which is fantastic, but it runs TouchWiz, which at points consumes over a gigabyte. And that you heard me right, a gigabyte of RAM. I just think that's highly unnecessary. TouchWiz still has a lot of problems with lags, especially on the boot up of a tablet and also the My Magazine feature. One shocking lag is actually found on Google Chrome. Again, Samsung is at fault here for giving too much available RAM to widgets running on TouchWiz. Websites like The Verge, Engadget, and PhoneDog.com have stutters all over the place, and it's really quite sad to see not really good fluid scrolling in 2014. But let's get away from all the bad and take a look at the good. One huge feat for Samsung has to be its Super AMOLED display. It's a super thin technology which allows Samsung engineers to make this razor thin at 6.6 millimeters, but it also allows them to pack a beautiful looking display. The pixels per inch are in the high 200s and everything pops out just like on the S5 and Note 3. One huge benefit of having this type of display are the colors. Blacks are truly black, whites are really white and bright, and all the reds and greens and blues or whatever look fine. Next, I do want to bring up a small software feature Samsung did show off at their event, and this one's called SideSync 3.0. Now, while SideSync has been on the suite of apps for a long time, this time they added a great functionality to display your mobile display on your tablet. At first, I thought this would allow me to control what is exactly on my device from my tablets, but in reality, it only gives me control over the home button and the soft button, and basically you can take screenshots, but you cannot interact with the display of your smartphone from your tablet. One great benefit though is it does allow you to accept and decline phone calls and even host your phone calls off your Samsung Galaxy Tab S. Next up is battery life. To be honest, I've had pretty decent battery life, just about the same as the iPad Air. I've had about 6 to 8 hours of on-screen time of about 80% brightness, so it actually can take a long time for you to wear that battery down. So all in all, it's good, but it has some serious software limitations. I wish this thing ran stock Android. It would be lightning fast with the specs packed inside, but when a skin consumes more RAM and energy than your entire backbone, that's just crazy. So here's my tip. If you want an Android tablet, buy the Nexus 10. Samsung, stop making so many tablets and missing sales goals and focus on rebranding and restructuring your tablets. We don't need 20 per year from you. Make one line, multiple sizes, and a low price point with revised, and I do mean completely revised software, and perhaps you have a chance of becoming a popular manufacturer in the tablet space. But what do I know? Make sure to leave me a comment below on what you think Samsung's quote-unquote flagship tablets are. You can also send me a direct tweet to @PhoneDog_Marco, and while you're there, press that blue button to follow me, and as always, my name is Marco Hanna from PhoneDog.com, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.